what we should be expecting from the local market today with Stan Shamu from IG in Melbourne. Stan, thanks so much for your time. Let's start with SPI futures. They are pointing in the right direction. It sounds like the material space is the one to watch today. Gains there following that run up in the iron ore price. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. It does seem that way. Of course, the main driver is the moves that we've seen in the US dollar. Of course, on Thursday, those FOMC meeting minutes really set the tone for a stronger dollar. Expectations were rife that the Fed might not necessarily continue with this QE program much longer than after 2013. So with the Friday's numbers showing that the US economy still needs that support from the Fed, the US dollar really did pair some of those gains, and we saw risk improve across the board. And this really has been a good trigger for the commodity space. Gold jumped back up to the 1655 region after having dropped to about 1626. So that will be one of the other factors at play today. We have an opening call of a 0.4% gain at the moment to 47.44. So that's quite a good rise from the losses, some of the losses we saw on Friday. Now we do have a strong lead for the iron ore space, with iron ore prices jumping to 153.30. That will be one of the biggest tickets in the market today. Of course, so far we are looking at a fairly flat start for BHP Billiton with an opening call of about 37.91, but this will probably be underpinned by that iron ore price that we were referring to before. And of course, there are also talks from some of the major brokers saying this might be a peak, a near-term peak for iron ore prices. They feel maybe the restocking process is nearly finished, and this will see iron ore retreat in the near term. But of course, at the moment, I think the most important factor is that these iron ore names have underperformed for a while now. Over the past 12 months, they've really struggled against all their other major peers, particularly the financial space. So it's not too much of a big call to say that we'll continue to see some strength in this iron ore space going forward. We'll also see the gold names supported by that recovery in the gold price following that US dollar decline. So the likes of Newcrest, Medusa, Oceano Gold, they're at a pretty bad Friday, all down over 3%, and today might be the day when we see them being picked up again by investors. There's also a little bit of news on Atlas Iron. They're still on track to achieve, I think, an output rate of about 12 million tonne per year by the end of this year. So that might support the stock as well.
Let's talk Japanese yen, 2.5-year low against the US dollar. Some of the traders we've spoken to say it's due for a significant correction. Others say don't bet against the Bank of Japan. What do you think?
Well, being a trader, it's really hard to bet against the Japanese officials at the moment. They have already said they want to maintain a target of 85 to 90 for the dollar yen. Of course, we saw it run up to 88.40 on Friday, and this does seem like it's a trend that will continue for a while. They already are looking at implementing that 2.5 or 2% inflation target for the BOJ. So the pressure on the BOJ is really relentless at the moment. At the same time, I think they are crafting some sort of a fiscal package to supplement the current fiscal package for the Japanese economy, and that will be another factor that will be at play today. Already we're calling the Nikkei up another 0.4%, trading above 10,700. So that it does seem like we will continue to see that strength. The best strategy over in Japan will probably be buying the dips in both the dollar yen and the Nikkei as well. So I don't think we'll necessarily see an imminent correction. But as long as officials are showing these signs that they are doing everything in their power to resuscitate the economy and obviously put in place a BOJ governor that's got sort of policies more aligned to the current government's policies, then this should continue to support the dollar yen and the Nikkei. So buying the dips is probably a more playable strategy than trying to find the peak and trying to sell that.
Okay, Stan Shamu, thanks for checking in with us this morning.
Cheers, Kate.
Stan joining us from IG in Melbourne. Moving to some of our corporate news today, Rio Tinto warning it's considering suspending its operations at its Aluma refinery in the Northern Territory. It comes as the local government there